So, how's everybody doing today? Uh, you can see I'm not in the basement right now. I'm actually sitting in front of my computer. But I don't need to be in the basement for this video, you know? Because I got a gift. And this chainsaw gift actually came from my wife, believe it or not. I bet some of you are going to be surprised over this gift. Alrighty? So let me show you. We're just at my computer, so yeah, enjoy this. So there it is, Homelight XL 400. Pretty cool saw, if you ask me. Let's see here. Take a look at the bar. Looks like somebody was in there sanding on it to get the surface rust off. Hard nose. A little bit of paint coming off of it. Let me flip it around for you. There it is on the other side. Pretty cool saw. I'm trying to remember here. I think it's 64 cc's. It actually has a compression release up here. Very similar to the XL12s, XL Autos, isn't it? I'd say closer to the XL Auto. It's basically an XL Auto that's bigger, 64 cc. Let's take the air cover off. Check it out. We got us a Walbro SDC. The only issue with this part of it is the trigger lock. Just doesn't seem to want to click in place great, but it works. Just got to be gentle with it. It looks like it still has the original fuel line all the way up into the tank. And the surprising thing is, if I pull the cap off and sniff, can't even tell there was gas in it. Doesn't even smell like gas. So this thing was stored properly. It was drained, and it seems like they even allowed the gas vapors to vent out. But if you guys have ever been wondering, this is where all the magic happens right here. This is the workstation where I do all the editing. This is where the magic happens behind the scenes. Now, a little information for you. Now, this XL400, we got to make a decision here because I have a feeling it might only need a carb kit. It probably doesn't even need fuel lines or nothing. It all looks original. It's all still intact. Now I can tell you, let me show you here. I think it's going to need seals. I think it's going to need crankshaft seals. And I'll show you why here. But I just got a feeling it's going to need seals. So I think we'll put this, I think we'll work at getting this saw running, but I don't know how much we're going to run it. This might turn into a shelf saw, if you know what I mean. Might even do a full restoration. But that'd be kind of fun. Do a full restoration on the channel. But yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about here. I got a feeling it's going to need crankshaft seals. So, all right. So, look at the idle screw and see where it's positioned. This controls the butterfly, and which essentially you're pushing the butterfly open and allowing more air and more fuel and all that stuff. But you see where the adjustment is currently sitting? It's run almost all the way out. Now, you got your low and your high speed jets here. You see where the low's sitting? That would be turned counterclockwise pretty far for it to be sitting there, pushing a lot of fuel in. So just from the settings of these screws, I would say that because this is ran so rich right here, and this part would be ran lean, I have a feeling it's got an air leak somewhere because of this. I just got a feeling. So, we recently got a pressure tester. So what do you say the next video we do on this saw will be a pressure test? We'll make this our first pressure test saw. Our first pressure test video saw, I should say. What do you think? I just got a feeling, gut feeling, and I'm going to go with my gut here and say I think it's got an air leak. Just from that. So, you know what I mean? I just got a feeling it's got an air leak. Now, all these saws you see me getting ready to start working on. So usually I'm working on 3 or 4 or 5 saws at a time. I'm going to reduce that number to maybe 2. Maybe even 1 or 2. We'll see. But I'm going to try to keep porting class style videos like the educational stuff. I'm going to try to keep that to Mondays. Because we have another porting class series coming up immediately after this one's done. We just haven't spoke about it yet. But you'll see here coming in the future here. We're moving towards piston ported is what we're doing. And we got a special guest involved. So another thing, I don't know. So usually you see me, the reason you see me working on so many at one time is because of parts. I can work on one while I'm waiting on parts for another type of stuff. And sometimes it takes a while to get parts. So if I end up with 2 that are waiting on parts, then I move on to a third. That's kind of how I work. And then I try to do my testing, a whole group of saws all at once. But I'm going to slow it down a little and try to stick to 2 saws. Just 2. Just because. Now, the wood cutting. Once I'm done with the wood cutting on this pile here, you're going to see a little break. That's just because I need to move from one pile to another, And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a triaxle load of logs. So, because of the weather, and I got to take a tree limb out of the way to get the truck through and everything. So there's going to be a break in cutting videos. So just be prepared for that as well. Now, I just want to say thanks to my wife for buying me such a spectacular saw, if you know what I mean. An XL400 is not easy to come by around here. They're not easy to come by anywhere. And there's people out there with several of them. I don't know how they do it. But I finally got one. I have several saws like this that I've been trying to get my hands on. An XL500 I'm trying to locate. I'm trying to locate an XL15. And a few others. But, yeah. I just want to say thanks. Thanks to my wife for buying such a spectacular gift for me. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Alrighty? Later.